English and Zingo TV. If you do not have Zingo TV, please download it on your app. It's free. Who doesn't love free? And I've got my handy dandy sidekick, Kaz Merfield.
Hello. I'm here.
You're here.
What more can you ask for?
What happened?
To what?
I don't know. I feel like I broke a sweat just getting here.
Yeah,
I broke a sweat going up the stairs in my house to my office.
It's a long commute that you have to take these days.
I know. I mean, the gas mileage is just killing me.
Maybe talk to your boss. I've heard she's ruthless.
My boss might be Coco.
Oh, well, I have an in there, so I'll help you out.
Oh, could you? Could you?
Absolutely. I'll bring over some treats and some hugs. You're golden. I'll get you dental. I'll get you anything you want. Holiday pay. I got it.
Coco does not care to do her business outside in the snow.
So what are you gonna do? Do you have to dig up a little patch for her?
Yeah, it was really interesting. By the way, we're talking about a dog, just in case people don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, so she actually this morning I kept putting her outside and I had her on a leash and she would keep leading me back to the house and I'd say no, we got to do popos. That's what we call it. And she would pretend she was going to do her stuff and then she'd wheel me back to the house. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you need to get her little booties maybe? Maybe her feet are cold.
I don't know. The other two go.
Okay, but you can't ever compare Coco to anything else. Coco is a separate entity.
That's true. Coco is her own unique personality. She's what I say to people. When I describe Coco, I say she is willful.
There you go.
Yeah. So that is what she is. And I know this about her. And Coco doesn't like the rain. She doesn't like the snow.
Wow.
She doesn't.
She's just a princess. That's all.
She is. I feel like you and her would do very well together.
I'm not taking your dog. You're stuck with her. I would part-time come and see her, but you're not palming off your princess dog on me.
She loves you.
She does. This is true.
It's a crazy kind of love, as they say.
It is. That's all right.
So here we are, 1 year in.
Yep. Still having the same conversations, mainly people like us, which is, why is no one talking about getting healthy? And we're all just plug in the Uber Eats app and all that other fun stuff. There's no real discussion about what we should be doing, which is taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, it's true. In a year, nothing has changed. I mean, you could just this is radical. I hope you're sitting down for this.
I am. Should I be on the floor though, in case I fall off?
No, I mean, in a year of me writing blogs and talking to people and working with people, it's the same. Just take care of yourself.
Fruits and veggies.
Lots of fruits and veggies, gut health, go for a walk, maybe do some air squats.
It's surprising. Well, I don't know that surprising is the word, but it's frustrating that there's still nothing coming from the higher ups. There's lots of fear. That seems to be the main mode of transport in any information that they give out. And then just basically sit back and wait for this miracle vaccine. And I'm not going to get in a vaccine debate, but there's nothing like, in the meantime, let's try to reduce stress, because of stress will, of course, create inflammation and disease in your body. Let's not do any of that. Let's not talk about the deliciousness of Mother Nature and how she has all these wonderful things called vitamins and minerals that your body needs to be healthy.
Oh, please do tell. What are these vitamins and minerals?
Well, I don't know if it might be too technical for you.
Pardon?
Are you sitting down? Oh, yes.
Speaking of which, I made a smoothie yesterday, and I've been adding kiwis.
I love kiwis.
You know, it's so funny. I think I can be a bit lazy when it comes to fruit, like strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. Love them. Why? Because you can just wash them and eat them. Kiwis and mangoes and pineapple, you got to work a little harder.
Yes. Although I once was shown, I had kiwis last week. If I still had them, I would show you how to eat them. So I was shown the most easiest way to eat a kiwi, because before I would like try and take off the skin and it's mush and it just falls apart. So you cut it in half. I do it with a spoon. So you don't even need extra apparatus.
What?
You just cut it in half with a spoon. So now you have the two halves, and then you scrape the inside out like as if it was an egg, whoop, and eat it. One quick movement, done. It's so easy.
That's freaking radical.
I'm going to do a tutorial on how to do it. And you can come along.
You know what? I think I'm going to tape a video.
It's so easy.
I had no idea. Like, I'm like peeling this kiwi and then like cutting it up in pieces and then dumping it into my smoothie. Like, I mean, I burned a lot of calories doing that.
Such an amateur. It's so easy. 2 steps. That's it. You like a pro. That was it.
I did it.
That was the movement.
I'm so proud of myself.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah. You'll save all this time and energy. You'll be so happy I told you this. When it comes to mangoes, you're on your own. I don't know how to, I have no special hack on how to.
Mangoes are tricky.
Do anything with a mango. Yeah.
But the thing is, I like the little yellow mangoes.
Right.
Those ones are really good.
Mm-hmm. They have a smaller pip, right? Or seed, or whatever you call it.
Yeah. And I find they're sweeter than the other ones.
I don't know that I've ever had one of those. They just look like yellow avocado.
Yeah, they don't taste like avocados.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, back to this, like, okay, how do we, so I was thinking about it, it's like, how do I kind of like sum up like how to stay healthy? And for me, it's like 3 words: movement, mindset, nutrition. And like, there's kind of like the end. There's things in there that you can play. It's like, okay, movement, what kind of movement? Like my thing is just find something that you enjoy doing, because you'll actually want to do it. Otherwise, you're like, what's the point of doing something that you hate? You know? So whether it's going for a walk or doing yoga or jumping on your trampoline or whatever it is, just find something that you actually like to do. And then mindset, like for me, that's things like meditation and tapping and journaling, like all of that kind of stuff that I think is really, really beneficial to do. And also has a good tie-in to the physical. It's like, if your mind's not right, it's hard for your body to be right. And then nutrition, which is like, your body is made up of, you are what you eat. And so if you're eating garbage, you're going to feel like garbage.
Yes. And garbage is just thrown by the wayside. And that's what we do with ourselves when we feel like garbage. I get it. I think it's very, oh, hello. I'm going to smile for that picture because usually you take a picture and I'm like, nah.
Do it again.
No, you already caught it. I don't know how you capture the like bizarre faces that I make. And then you're like, that looks good. I'll post that. And then
let's not forget you, robot arms. Was that 2 years ago?
Right before we went to Vegas for the first time. Oh, let's reminisce when we were allowed to leave our homes.
Country.
I was watching something the other day and it had like, you know, that kind of calypso-y beach music that they play on every resort and it's just always in the background. Oh, it made me sad for, I think, the first time really that it sank in that we're kind of prisoners right now. That's not a good feeling.
No.
So I can understand why people are like, where's the nearest liquor store? I did not go there. but I had a small inkling of like, maybe I get it now.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's not forget that, I mean, I made it through the first lockdown without any sauce.
Yeah.
Zero. Zippo. Zilch.
Mm-hmm.
Stone cold sober. Second lockdown, zero sauce.
The third one, though, look out.
Third one, I might be tempted to like just fly somewhere and go in. So a director friend of mine is actually somewhere, I can't remember which island he's on, but I guess he's directing some film. And part of him doing this project is obviously he had to get a test before he left the country. And there's a mandatory quarantine on the other side. So I guess he's been posting pictures of like quarantine day, da, 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 da. And, you know, how he's entertaining himself. And I'm sure like right before he's about to direct a project, he's got tons of work to do, right? Like you got to set up shot lists and all this stuff. So it's not like he doesn't have anything to do. It's just that he can't leave his hotel room wherever he is. So that's always an option for sure. Like you can, I was listening to a podcast this morning and the host had actually been in Hawaii for all of January. And he said that you have to do a COVID test before you leave. And then as soon as you land at the airport, they do another test. Like you don't even get to go to baggage claim before they test you. And then there's like the different islands have different quarantine guidelines. Like some islands require you to do 14 days, some require less. So yeah, I mean, there are people who are traveling, I think.
Right.
It's just, it just sort of depends because you know that you're going to be quarantining on either side, like wherever you're going and whenever you come back, you choose to come back. So, yeah.
Well, if you have the means to go and spend your first 2 weeks of vacation in quarantine and then have a vacation and then come back to quarantine.
Yeah. I think for people who maybe work for themselves or work from home, that's probably doable. You know, I mean, I do work from home, but it's not an option that I took. I also kind of feel like, you know, as challenging as this is, it's sort of good to sort of be in it together. You know? Like, I think a part of me would feel really bad if I was like on some island chilling while all of my friends are back home trapped.
Well, and I mean, it sounds really ideal. Like, oh, I have to quarantine on an island, but it's not like you're there resort style with people bringing you drinks and there's buffet foods. Like you're on your own. So it would also be very, very lonely. And I think it just wouldn't have the same appeal as what we maybe think it would.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of like, once you're done that period and you're able to sort of be outside and do your thing and all of that, because we had explored this with this idea of going to Barbados and then we nixed the idea. So And I think I'm sort of glad that we did, because we had no idea what was going to happen and whether we would be able to come home and what that would look like. And so that was part of the reason why we decided not to go. Mm-hmm. And, you know, here we are.
Yep. In the 10 feet of snow that fell.
We did pretty good though. We made it past mid-February before a massive snowstorm. So
absolutely. You know what? I don't even mind the snow, because kids need something different right now. And so that draws them outside to go play. It's a good packing snow, so they can build snowmen and forts and they can have snow fights. It's nice. Kids need that.
When was the last time you did a snow angel?
What's that?
When was the last time you made a snow angel?
I don't know. I think I was out with Jordan, and he likes to make them. I don't know if I made one at the same time. I think not. So I don't know. I don't know. It's been a while, clearly. You know, when I first moved to Canada, I ice skated once. So I'm going to say in 95 was the one and only time I ever ice skated. And yeah, I have never really been. I've never been skiing. No.
I haven't done skiing. Just the idea of being on like shiny pieces of metal hurtling down a mountain sounds like a really bad idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I would maybe do like the cross country one. I think that would be kind of cool. You're like going across. But you're right. I don't know that I would want to. Like, I lose my balance laying down. So I don't know how I would be standing up on two little things strapped to my feet. And then it's like, don't fall over. I feel like I've already fallen over. A good friend of mine started snowboarding. And I was like, that kind of, I don't know if it looks easier. I don't know. But she's like, it is really hard.
Yeah, but then your feet are tethered. Like both feet on the same board.
Mm-hmm. So you can't, if you're falling, you can't steady yourself. You're just done. You're
down. You're like becoming a snowball. And then you're down.
Exactly. That's it. Those are your two options. So I have done none of those things. I'm not overly keen to even try. Like, a friend of mine has a pond and asked if I'd like to go skating, and I'm like, not really.
Your friend thought maybe it was a lack of opportunity. So it's like, here.
Well, a huge reason is, you know, I rely very much on being physically able to go to work. I own my own business. I don't have sick pay or anything along those lines. So if I hurt myself, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
So
especially if
putting on razor blades and strapping those to my feet and then being told to skate around on really hard ice. No. I don't know. Those things aren't, I don't know.
Well, you know, what I will say is it has snowed. There are wonderful winter activities that you can do. Even
exactly.
Actually, last week, freezing as it was, I went out for a walk and with a friend, and we were outside for like almost 2 hours, and it was actually really, really great. Mm-hmm. And I have my Aura ring, and that was like the first time ever I hit my target for daily activity. Because like I exercise, but so much of my job is just sitting and being on the phone or being on Zoom or whatever. And so I don't get as much activity as I should. And in the summertime, I go out and do walks and stuff like that, or walk around the neighborhood. But in the wintertime, it's not as tempting because of the cold. But anyway, this friend and I decided we were going to go for a walk. No matter how cold it got, we were just going to layer up. And that's what we did. It was amazing.
Yes, it's very pretty this time of year, especially if you go like more on trails and things like that.
So yeah, that's what we did. And the other thing is, from a health standpoint, it's so good for your mental health, so good for your gut health, just to get like some fresh air and get out of the indoors. And like, I felt really, really great. I felt amazing, you know.
And once you get moving, like as long as your bare skin is pretty covered, once you get moving, you're not that freezing cold. I mean, if there's a cold wind, of course, but yeah, it's just getting up and going.
Yeah, just go. There's lots of places to walk and get some air and get some plants into your body. Get some sleep. Stop listening to the news.
Please.
Disengage from the fear mongering. Watch a comedy.
Yes. The sad thing is, like, in 2 weeks when I'm back on here, nothing will have changed. There's some positivity for you.
Oh dear.
Let's set that intention right now. We'll all have
I'm going to set a higher intention that things will be better. So, we're down to the last few seconds. So thanks to everyone who watched us today. Don't forget to subscribe to Zingo TV, get their app, download it. Please feel free to share this show, tag people, have fun. Thanks for tuning in. The Wellness Movement. Kaz?
Have a great day.
Any parting words? Yes. Have an amazing.
Be well. There you go.
Be well, no matter what.
Exactly.